Hey, everybody. Excuse me. I'm really tired today, folks. Had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Howie and Briar got all the firewood loaded. I'm letting the commercial play, so I'm just repeating news from yesterday while I let the commercial play. Come here, my abalone shell. Well, actually, I'm not going to put it out. I'm just going to let it, do its thing like incense. So, where am I going to put it there? So, whoops. Okay, let's do it that way. All right, you want to be in that way. Fine. Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay, now listen. What is the date? This is it. It is over after this live stream. Hang on a second. Let me go check. Okay, there's a bunch of you. Okay, who am I looking at here? Catherine. No, wrong one. Catherine. Okay, listen. This is the last day. It should have been shut off today, but I will be shutting it down tonight. So, I mean, like after supper. So, there. The Canada one is one and done. It's done. Okay, because it just wasn't that long. We are back on. We're going to get mail today. Okay, so I'm getting ready to, you will have your lists by tomorrow. Okay, because there's a few in there that I have not answered yet. Okay, but I don't see you on there, Catherine. So please, 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 go over there and give me your name, your address, and your YouTube name if it's different. Okay. Johanna Yobia or Joanna Yobia. I got the I got the J kind of European in my head. Hey, Andrew, how are you? How's it going? That's awesome. Now listen. Raise your hand if you are a follower of Life with the Wolfies YouTube channel. I need to know that. Italian. Okay, well, I mean, it's very European sounding. I want to call you Johanna, but that's more Slavic. Okay, because I need to know those folks from Life with the Wolfies. Do you want to see the beet video? They bleached out in the jars, and I'm like, I don't know what I did wrong. And then I remembered once they sit, as they cool, they pull their color back in, right? So let me know if you want to see the canning beets video. I have all the footage. I just haven't put it together yet. Okay. All right. Okie dokie artichoke. Um, what else? Oh God. I woke up. I accidentally took two lorazepam last night. I had taken my pills, and then I was, reading a book, and then I went, I don't remember taking my lorazepam in that pile, so I popped another one. I'm still tired. I'm still half asleep. But I got up at 11, drove Briar home. Poor baby was without his phone the whole time he was here. And but he said it's not that big of a deal. He said it's not that I was without my phone. He said I was unsure where I left it, and that's what was causing the anxiety, right? But he was fine. He was fine. When he broke out in hives, you saw that. Well, you didn't see it, but he broke out in hives, and I said, you're anxious about where you may have left your phone, because he phoned immediately the last two places we had been to see if he had left it. But I said, okay, here, Briar, here's how I know your phone is safe at home. And he said, how? I said, whenever you get into my truck, and you put your backpack in the back and you greet Gracie, the first thing you do is check your phone. I have not seen your phone in your hand. I did not see you use your phone at all in the truck. So it's not, it was, and his phone was at home. So toy throwbacks. That's a new name. That's okay. That's okay. I got it. I got enough hands to know that you guys want to see the beet canning video on Life with the Wolfies. So I'm almost done. I'm halfway through my dishes, because like I said, on Monday, I went and picked Briar up, and then I took him home today. And in between, I grilled 4 steaks. I took the meat off all the bones too. There's another one. Do you want me to do my next broth video on Life with the Wolfies, or do you guys just want to, work with me while I'm getting it together live? Like, I'll do it live, and but it'll take too long, because I pressure cook it for 90 minutes. So, I'm, like I said, I'm halfway through the dishes. I'll tell you. But here's the good news. Patrons. Where is Linda? Is Linda here? There she is. Patrons. Halloween is on a Friday. So we might go trunk or treating and then come home and do our Freaky Friday on Halloween. How does that sound? So I want to resend my name for the seed exchange. Where do I send my information? Honey, I go back up through the chat. I sent it to you. It's USA Seed EX. Right there. That's it. Okay. And you'll get a message that says it's closed. But that's for the original one. I just haven't taken that message off. Okay. So you will know by the end of the day, because if I'm done, you'll have your list by tomorrow too. So yeah, we're going to have our Halloween Freaky Friday. You do the mash. We do the monster mash. Today is the last chance for the second chance seed exchange. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So after I get the dishes done and I get my living room cleaned up, and I don't know. Okay. Now I'm thinking of canning kidney beans. Does anybody want me to do the video on Life with the Wolfies for that? Okay. I'm not going to do it if people aren't going to watch it. Right. This is where the people who have been around for a while and haven't been around for a while, but have come back. Any new pre-recorded and edited videos are now going to be on Life with the Wolfies. Right? So, thank you, Paula. Thank you. When my mother-in-law cooked Thanksgiving dinner and was in a lot of pain, it took me 2 years to convince her to let me do the dishes. It was such a relief. You know what? My friend, God rest her soul, Josie, was like that. Nobody did her dishes right up into her 70s. Like when she passed away, she was in her 70s. And no one did her dishes. The only time, if there was a big, like a family dinner or whatever, her daughter would ask permission to do the dishes. And Josie would let her because she knew how Josie liked her dishes done. Apparently, I don't do dishes very well. Because Howie found a cup with a stain in the bottom. So I got to get better at that. Okay, thank you, Journey. Now, being, is that how you pronounce that? BGHING, being? Okay, because I got those 6 pounds of kidney beans, and then I've got a couple of pounds, 3 pounds, I think, of white ones, and it never dawned on me that if I want to make chili, I got to rinse them and soak them overnight and cook them. And I thought, why don't I just can a few quarts of kidney beans for chili nights? And I can, and here's something else I was thinking of. Once I have the kidney beans made, right, I've got my Cajun seasoning. I've got my dehydrated tomato slices. Fry up some hamburgers, some peppers, some onions, right? Add a little broth in there. Put the kidney beans in with their juice, and then grind about a 1/4 cup of tomato powder, and then add more broth until you get this consistency you want of chili. Because I didn't can any tomatoes this year, remember? Hey, Terry Harmon, how's it going? Okay. Oh, Barb. Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. I really do. So after this, okay, after Halloween, in Canada, it's full on to Christmas. In the United States, you guys, you don't usually put your trees up or anything else until after Thanksgiving. Your Thanksgiving is the last Thursday in November, I believe. So I'm going to be on the lookout for new backdrop soon, because that's not going to change anytime soon. I am not leaving this bedroom until after the holidays. Okay? Because that room needs work. Okay? And I'm not leaving here until after the holidays. So I'm going to put my Christmas tree right over there. Or I might just put it right here where the fan is. Right? Because I don't block that door off. Right? I don't like to block that door off. That's an emergency exit if I need it. So, but after Halloween, I'm going to be, I'm not doing a lot of Christmas baking this year. But what Christmas baking I do, I will put on Life with the Wolfies. All recorded videos are going on Life with the Wolfies. Right? I mean, I could reload some old ones over there because I have several over here, right? So I'm hoping to paint my dining room before Thanksgiving so it looks pretty. That would be nice. Well, the only thing Howie has left to do, he's recovered up the septic tanks, like the lids, and the firewood is stacked. I have probably 1, 2, close to 3, 4. I probably have 4 or 5 cord on here because I already had a 1.5 cord and we bought 4 more. And I think they all went on the porch because Howie has 2 cord by the barn. So, hey, Jenny Bruno. I haven't bought any Christmas gifts yet. I haven't bought. One has arrived for GRACE, and it was a parcel delivered by Amazon, and I had to hide it immediately because it's going under the Christmas tree from those folks. Right? So, I'm going to pull a group card. Okay? I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card just to see, you know, the mood in the group today. Whoa, there we go. Look at that. It flipped right over onto the card Love. And this says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And here's what I want to say to you guys about this. I am no longer going to talk any negativity, give or take if I've had a bad day. Okay, I'm only human, but this channel and these live streams are going to be all about live streaming in the kitchen, live streaming at the quilt frame, live streaming at the sewing machine, talking, lifting each other up in love and light and harmony. I'm not feeding, I'm going to do my absolute best not to feed any more negativity into this channel. I'm saving it all for Rumble. Okay? Because when I hit live streaming 30 hours in 30 days on Rumble, then I get to apply to be a content creator there. Okay? I don't know what's changed. Something has changed, but that's where all negativity is going to be dumped because I can smudge before and smudge after, and I'm good. Right? But I want everyone to think about this. Committing to the practice of seeing the good in all things, right? You can unblock your YouTube award. I used it to orient whether I'm looking at. Okay. You're getting the proper angle right now because I'm using my webcam. I got to turn this off or it's going to get it hot. Hey, now everybody, we got 60 people here. Everybody say hi. So what I'm making for supper, and I'm going to go behind the fan. What I'm making for supper today is I did 4 T-bone steaks, and we didn't eat one of them, 1.5 of them. So I've cut all the meat off the bone because Howie and I can't chew on bones anymore. But I cut, and we don't give them to Gracie. I cut all the meat off the bone, and the bones went into a bag because I'm making a super batch of broth, right? And where was I going? Oh, tonight's supper. And I realized I used all my fresh potatoes because they were getting wrinkly. I used them all in Thanksgiving dinner, and I wanted to make like a hash, a beef hash. Now, my steaks were rare, not pink, not juicy, rare, actual rare, not medium rare. They were rare, right? They were just browned, basically, with grill marks on both sides. And the inside, there was no real red. There was just a very thin line of red. Sorry. And so what I've done is, maybe I could show you a video, but what I've done is I realized I have a lot of dehydrated potato cubes. So they've been soaking in boiling water, and I'm going to chop an onion and throw in some celery, and I've got a whole steak, a whole rare steak. Like the T-bones were like that, right? I had all the meat off of one rare steak, and I'm gonna slice that up real thin, and in there a little bit of steak spice, more garlic. Oh yeah, oh. That's for supper. If you want to see me make steak hash with dehydrated ingredients, and one of these days I'm going to make a few videos of cooking with fresh ingredients, because everyone's used to me cooking with dehydrated stuff. And I got to get another cabbage and dehydrate it. Hey, okay, everybody said hi. All righty, let's pop out the participants list and say hello. Aloha, my love. Seashell. Freaky Geek. Frida, first person in today. Joe Parkhurst. Hi, that's a new name, is it not? Welcome aboard if it is. Karen Ludwig. Karen Ludwig. Ludwig von Beethoven. Sorry. I didn't go behind the fan yet, but I did before I came in. Linda Betty Boop. Our Journey Homestead, Paula in Canada, S. Bender, Sherry Leach, Sue Hagen, and Sybil V. Back to the live chat. I just woke up from a long nap. Hey, baby, good. How are you feeling, sweetheart? Good job, Jazzy. Oh, that's good. If you knew the situation I'm in physically, you would understand. Oh, I get it. No, I feel you. Because I'm looking at that bedroom and I got to start cleaning it, right? I would like to be in there before Christmas and have my Christmas tree over there, right? So we'll see. Good for you. Hi, Sue. No, I get it. Okay, now do yourself a favor. Can you get in and out of the tub, Jazzy? I need an answer on that before I tell you what to do. I am not a doctor, but I am somewhat of a pain specialist because I live in chronic pain. Now, please remind me, Sherry, what are we healing on, sweetheart? And has anybody heard from Wendy, Tigger's Bouncing, on how things are going with her mom? I wish I could get in and out of the tub. Yeah. Oh, I'm going for an Epsom salt bath. Good girl. Being just like I've been like this for 14 years. Okay. Make sure you put a full cup in. And if you want to detox, here now, and they're going to tell you, I'll tell you about this on a Rumble Live. Okay. Remind me when I'm on Rumble to talk to you about borax. Put a quart. Good girl. Good girl. Now, the only thing you're missing is bentonite clay to be a total relaxation detox bath. Right? Do you know what's really wild? Where I used to live, when we moved from Toronto up to a little place called Apsley, we live just off a place called Eels Creek. A lot of us lived along Eels Creek. And Eels Creek was fed by Eels Lake, which was farther north. And Eels Lake was fed by another river. And there had been a uranium mine north of Bancroft in operation for, I don't even know if it's still in operation. But a lot of people in the surrounding area got and are still getting cancer, especially people who live right on Eels Creek. And I reconnected with a friend of mine from Apsley. Do you guys remember Kim and John? Well, Kim's older sister, Carol, and I are friends, and she's got osteoporosis. Now, I started connecting some dots again, and Geraldine is on disability, and she's only 59. Carol has broken her back twice, and working with it, didn't realize what was broken because she was always in pain anyway. Okay. Wendy, for a time, lived on Eels Creek for several years. Plus, she lived at my dad's with the kids most summers, right? And I'm noticing that we're all suffering degenerative bone disease, all of us. So I'm going to dig a little deeper on that. You know what I mean? Hey, Freaky Geek. Okay. Right. Okay. I hate to ask, Sherry, because I know Tigger Bouncing's mom has brain cancer. Which is yours? Because there are several of you, and I want to be specific when I pray. Okay? Because we beat the replay. Yay. Hi, Karen. Osteoporosis, bone cancer. Okay. All right. So we won't get into that, but we'll discuss it on a Rumble Live. Friends of Reading with Beverly Wolfe, after Halloween, you're going to be getting 2 readings a week minimum. Okay? And in December, this channel is going to do our daily morning live tea breaks every morning, because I found, and it was always a wonderful time. We're not going to do fancy teas or anything else. We're just going to do our December tea breaks every day, because I'll do live streams if I'm baking and stuff, but those, for a lot of people, there's a lot of people here and on here that don't have a lot of family, don't have a lot of friends, or are isolated in a lot of ways. And December's a hard month for some people. Okay. So that's why we always do a daily tea break all through the month of December. I'm glad you can't smell through the monitor. I'm smelling sweaty. You know what? I think I'm detoxing again, because I put on like 10 pounds overnight. And then, and lately I've been sweating really, really hard. And my one underarm is raw right here. And I just had a shower on Saturday. Now, I know it's Tuesday, but I only shower once a week, especially in the summertime when I'm in and out of the pool all the time. But I don't have a reason to shower often, right? My hair doesn't get greasy. My armpits are usually quite clean. I don't use deodorant. I don't use any of that stuff. So my pores are always clean, right? I don't shave. I mean, come on, guys. I don't shave my legs. My underarms may have 2 hairs each. Okay. But I don't know what's going on. I lost 5 pounds, and my sweat must have been really, really acrid, because, hey, Joe Mama, did you get my last 2 emails? I sent you an email and a PS email, and you said you got it, but and that you replied. I went back and looked, and you hadn't. So come on, woman. Where are you? How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? Okay. Well, please check. How are you feeling? Right? Because I gave you shit in the first email. So about your knees. Okay. You need to get them taken care of, Joe. Especially now that Scott is feeling better. You don't know what the next 6 months will bring with his health. So while he's feeling better, you need to knuckle down and at least get 1 knee replaced. Okay, baby? Please, please, please. I mean, you're going to be ultimately screwed if your knee just completely goes on you and Scott gets sicker again. You know what I mean? I'm going to go get some too. I thought you could only have 3 in your lifetime. No, I can have 1 every 3 months. I can have knee shots every 3 months if I want. But there's a downside to those steroid injections, is they make your bone and stuff more porous over time. If so I am not going to get them unless I absolutely have to. Probably it's going to be my April, May thing. You know what I mean? Natural formula from a natural doctor that removes from body. Cortisol. Really? Freaky. If I lived in the wilderness and had no neighbors, I'd shower every time it rained. What makes you think I don't? I have neighbors, but like seriously. Now we thought long and hard about doing a float for the Christmas parade, and I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to hi Sherry or hi Paula. I'm going to wait and see because the worst of my work and God, I know I had a crappy garden this year, but truth be told, I'm grateful because I wasn't up to having a full-on garden this year, right? Even with the shots in my knees. So I think it's going to be a spring thing for me. It's going to be my gift to myself in May, before, just before the May long weekend, which is what our planting time is. Thank you, Linda. They damage the tendons, do they? Oh man, that's not good. Have a root beer float for the brain. Oh, how do I say it? Kinesiology tape? Ah, thank you. That's going on my parasitic cleanse ginkgo biloba list. I'm going to get me some ginkgo biloba for my brain. All right. And Beth. Ecology tape. Because Howie said there was a guy at work, an older man at work. So, and Howie and I are old. So, wow, Howie's only 58. Yeah, he's only 58. Kinesiology. Okay, kinesiology. Thank you. I've put that on my Amazon list because I've heard great things about them. A man at Howie's work just is having his knees replaced. He just had one replaced, and now, but he said he pulled up his pant legs and showed them to Howie. He said, "Tell your wife to get these," and someone said, "Oh, you got to be careful how you do it," but they make them now specifically for knees, which is it's almost like a tuning fork, but there's four fingers, and it comes down, and this part goes over your knee, and then you wrap the other two. Because, yeah, I'm going to do a parasitic cleanse too. Howie and I both are, and I'm going to get bentonite clay. Bentonite clay. I can't get into a tub. I cannot get into a tub. But I think if I do a bentonite clay, Epsom salt, borax, baking soda, extremely hot foot bath, your feet, like remember, your skin is an organ, but your feet, it's almost like a gateway, right? Fen-Ben, and I can't get ivermectin here. We can't buy it unless we buy horse goop. And I don't want to do goop, right? But you can buy the horse dewormer and just read the directions for how much to give yourself by weight. Right? It's not that big of a deal. It's awesome, but expensive. I don't care. I I think the less I get shots in my knees, the less, because before I got the shots in my knees, when I sat down, when I went to get up from my armchair, I guess you guys can't see, I would have to grab my knee, right? Hey, Pam, how are you? I haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, that's what I said. I saw it's on Amazon. Are writing scripts for ivermectin. Really? then I'm going to ask my doctor. You know why? Because I'm going to tell her I want to do a parasite cleanse. That's all. Right? I got Parapurge online from Walmart, much cheaper than online. Parapurge. What's the stuff? There's one. Hang on. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Now, this is the Canadian Amazon, but let me just look. Where's my cart? There's Howie's new phone. It's called Purge Parasitis. Hang on. Let me look at it. And let me see if I can give you guys the link. This is Amazon.ca, but I'm sure if you look it up, there's my bentonite clay. Here's what I'm going to order because it's all natural and it's got all the wormwood and everything in it. Yeah. When you start getting shots, the muscles become like when you soak white socks, bleach, it deteriorates. Right. Yeah. So if I can get some kinesiology tape, and I'm really, really working at getting my weight under 300 pounds. And like, for instance, oh, by the way, gotta tell you, because once I get under 300 pounds, I can start seriously thinking about knee surgery, right? But the kinesiology tapes will help me from overdoing it with my knees, right? They do help. Have you seen those mechanical legs that they clamp around your legs and they help you walk? They're like mechanical knees. Ooh, wouldn't I like a pair of them? Genetic tape. What do you mean genetic tape? Well, that's why I want to get it in a combination that is professionally put together. Yeah, me too, Paula. Me too. So we're going to get mail today. And I hate it when sometimes when I talk to people in Ontario, like Angie, she said, "Did you get your $200?" And I went, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Everybody who works got a check or got money in the bank." And I went, "Really? For what?" "I don't know. Like the government has so much money that it can just hand it out to everybody, eh?" But I said, "No, I don't have direct deposit. I don't want the government in my bank account at all." Right? Because I'm weird about some things. If they can put it in, they can take it out. Sorry, but I didn't. You didn't get any? Okay. GST got sent out, but we haven't got ours. See, I don't get a GST. I live in Quebec. Not nice. I pay 13, 14, 15% tax on stuff. And I don't get any of it back. You've never had any luck with that tape? I saw a mail car, Jazzy. I saw the mail car. Not the mail car, but I saw one of the mail cars that does our highway on the road today when I was taking Briar home. I stopped and I checked my mail. I didn't see nothing, but I didn't see anything. There was nothing in it, I mean, but I told Howie, because sometimes it used to be our mail wouldn't show up until after 2 o'clock. And if that's the case, and there may be a lot more mail than they expect, right? Yep. Phone bill. Awesome. Thank you, Linda. The mail car here was at the other end of the road when I got home today. Ooh, 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 ooh. So yeah, we're going to get mail. They're still on rotating strikes. And I personally think the postal system should be privatized. I think it should be taken over by, I don't know, Jeff Bezos, or you know what I mean. It needs to be taken over by a Canadian company, right? Like Canadian Amazon or Canadian whatever. It needs to be privatized because the government is just ruins everything it touches. Junk mail. Okay. Shame you never got a rich bill in the mail, Sherry Leach. I don't get it. I don't get it, Freaky. Lena, don't eat that junk. You're bad. I've done everything for my knees. Therapy, braces, tapes. I even did the thing where they take your blood and just put the good stuff back into your knee. Cortisone shots and the chicken stuff shots. I won't do the chicken stuff shots because I have to see a specialist to do it. And then I'd have to go to the pharmacy, buy it on my own money because it's not covered, and then take it back to the specialist for him to inject into my knees because I guess it has to be refrigerated or something. Oh, I get most of my bills online, but I do like to get a paper bill. Like I can check them online, right? They'll email me and say, "Oh, your bell bill's ready," but I still get them in the mail, right? I want paper mail. I want, physical ID. Period, full stop. So I saw my first hijab in Giant Tiger today. So my bet is, oh God, I hope not. I don't think foreign countries should be allowed to own land in Canada, but that's just me, right? Anyway, folks, I got to get going. I got to go check on my potatoes that are soaking. And I'm going to start editing that beets video. I don't know if it'll be up tomorrow or today, like tomorrow or the next day, but it'll be up soon. For all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual blessing. This is the part where it's not about religion. You connect to your faith, and I will connect to mine. And we'll join in the middle where God's love unites us all. And even if you don't have a faith, you're more than welcome to stay and join in the warmth of our faith. Okay? So let's take a couple of deep breaths. Hi, God, creator, source of all. Thank you, God, for getting me through the gardening season, the harvest most of the harvest season, and Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you for helping me to see clearly what I need to do to remain and become healthier. Thank you for letting me know it's okay to have goals. God, there's a lot of people suffering right now. We got Sherry Leach. We got Wendy's mom. We got people who are suffering, people who are sick, people who are neglected, rejected, addicted, all the ids, right? God, I felt you today. I really did. I felt the light of your love pour in me today. And I am so, so grateful. But God, I'm going to lift all of us up to you. So the light of your love coats us in warmth. And it fills us so full with your light that we shine with it. And we shine so that even the lost sometimes look at us and are not sure what they see, but they want to come closer. That's what your love and light does, God. It's not just for us individually. We share it when we shine. Because the only thing that cuts through the darkness of fear and chaos is the light of God's love. It pushes back the darkness every single time. Amen. Miigwech. Namaste. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Blessed be. Walk in the light of God's love. Whatever language you use, the language of love is always the best received by all. Take care. God bless. And maybe we'll see you tonight on Rumble. If you have a Rumble account. Take care. God bless. Mwah! God bless.